What is going on, guys? We are here this week for week 2 of the Fanatec GT3 Challenge Fixed series of track guides. This week we're at Fuji International Speedway with the no chicane layout, so it should be a cool little circuit to have a run around. So same as always, we will break down the lap and give you a hot lap. So we'll give you a hot lap first and then break down the lap afterwards. So hope that you guys had a good first week of racing. Appreciate everybody that's followed and subscribed to our channels and got in touch with us and left us comments and stuff. We really appreciate it. And here we go, guys. We'll fire into week 2 at Fuji. Thanks. Alright guys, so now we're going to break down the lap. So as you're coming down the front straight, obviously it's a nice long front straight. You're looking for just before the 100 metre board. So about this point right here, it's about 125 metres, 120 metres roughly into the braking zone, into one. You want to make sure you're right up against the white line on the left hand side. Nice big straight braking marker. I sort of aim for that little last orange barrier underneath the white empty billboard, and keep the car nice and straight as come down into one. Back to second gear, and then as I turn in, it's not an early turn in, but it's not a late one either. It's sort of about this point here, so I'm not running to the end of the curb or anything crazy like that. I'm just sort of getting to this point here where I'm four to five red blocks before the corner on the left-hand curb. And then as I turn the car in, I want to get as close to the bollard just after the bollard. So right this point here. So see how I've missed the start of the apex, but I'm sort of turning in later, and then I'm able to pick the throttle up and carry the speed out of the corner. This track has got a lot of long radius corners where you want to sort of double back on yourself, so using the exit more than the entry. Run it right out to the curb on the left hand side again, and then up through the gears. I hold fourth gear going down here, and I brake. It's not even really a braking zone, it's more just a confidence brake just to get the nose to turn in. So I'm about 60 metres. I just tap the brake to turn the car in. As I turn the car in, still in fourth gear, I turn the car in nice and early, and I want to get over the curb, and I want to that mirror to practically touch that bollard as you come through, and you want to use all that circuit. You're going to be able to carry a lot more momentum through here. And as you drop off the curb, the car's going to push all the way right to the the right-hand side of the track. And then once you get to this point here, you want to hug the inside of the corner. So the car will start to slide off the inside of the track about this point here. You don't really want to go any further than half track. I'm off the throttle at this little white line just to get the car to rotate back in a little bit. So a slight lift off the throttle, get the car to start rotating back in. And then I'm just sort of dancing on the pedal. And I'm getting the car as close to the inside of the track as possible the whole way through here. Till I get off of this point, the car's going to slide out to mid-track. And then I'm going to sort of set myself up to head back towards the right-hand side of the circuit. Now, I want to brake at 60 meters. So, right about this point here, I want to start braking. Back down 2 gears. So, from 4th gear back to 2nd gear. Stay as close to the right-hand side of the track as possible. But then once you get to this white line dash on the grass here, you need to turn the car at the corner very quickly. You want to get the car right in over the curb. You can hit this little sausage one if you want. It doesn't upset the balance of the car that much, especially when you're carrying that much speed. You don't obviously smash it, but you can nick it and it's not going to upset the balance. Get nice and close to the edge of the curb. Then the car's going to push quite wide here. Pick the throttle up as early as possible. Car's going to push right out to the edge of the road. Then you want to just full throttle through the gears. Through the high speed towards the Dunlop Bridge. And get ready for a big braking zone. I'm braking just before the 50 meters again. So roughly about this point, if you look, you've got the 50 meter board and just before it you've got the Dunlop sign. The O and the P you can only see on the camera at the moment. That's roughly where I'm braking. And then I'm going from 5th back to 3rd. Now it's a real high speed turn in this one is. But the key to this corner is you need to use a bit of curb, but you don't want to use too much curb because this corner will upset the balance of the car very quickly. And there's a couple of things that will happen. It'll either bounce off the curb funny and it'll tank slap on you, or you'll push too wide on the exit, you'll grab the grass and it'll flick around on you. So you want to make sure you're using all the track limits, get right up on the curb, but don't overstep that mark on the grass. And then once you come off the curb, stay to the left-hand side as much as possible. Sort of chuck up the hill directly towards that orange barrier with the little like light pole underneath it till you get to the grass here. Once you get to the grass, then start to turn the car at the corner. Get as close to the bollard on the right-hand side as possible. Use all the curb. The car gets quite pushy through here, so it gets quite a bit of understeer. So you want to make sure you use a lot of the curb on the right-hand side to help rotate the car so you're not ending up near them yellow bollards, because if you hit them, it's game over. They're not like the other ones where you can sort of get away with it. Then you come close to this curb on the left-hand side. Once the curb starts to disappear, you want to run the car out as wide as possible. 3rd gear, back to 2nd. Once you clip the curb, then start to turn the car at the corner. So let the car like track out. As soon as you clip the curb, back to 2nd. And then you want to get over the curb again. And be careful with this one, because this one will give you quite a bit of understeer as well. And you want to stay as far away from that curb as possible. And then rotate the car around. And then run it deep into the last corner. I sort of angle it at a funny angle. So I come in at this sort of angle in line with the pole, like the telegraph pole. And then I sort of go to half track. And then I turn the car back on itself. And I square the corner up as much as possible to really get me a powerful drive out of the corner. I avoid the last 2 yellow curbs on the left-hand side. And then it squares the car up nice and straight. And I'm able to carry all that power down the front straight. And there you go, guys. That is your walkthrough lap of Fuji International Speedway. No chicanes in the Porsche 911 992 GT3R. I hope this, guys, has helped you. And good luck for your week of racing. Thanks, guys.